there are two quotes that I want to talk about that I think are very timely right about now, and then they're going to create sort of a prompt for the rest of our discussion so that we can talk about how to best teach tennis and play tennis. I mean, you, the player, are going to relate to these kinds of things. So, Rafael Nadal was in a press conference, and the journalist asked him, about his strategy on the day. And Nadal could tell that the journalist was not particularly, didn't know a lot about tennis. So the answer he gave was, well, I hit a lot of heavy topspin to the backhand. Pretty simple, no?
Yeah.
And and you know, and it comes across kind of funny, but that's Nadal for you. I mean, Nadal, I think, is pretty patient with journalists who don't understand tennis. Um, and he can be pretty sarcastic with people who are trying to, bait him in things, So I thought he made it kind of funny and all that. But think about that for a second. This is one of the things that has, for his entire career made him difficult to play against, is that he hits a lot of balls very high to the backhand. And that's probably the number one thing that a lot of people fear, is high balls to their backhand, and they fear their backhand in general. So it's like, oh no, not another ball to my backhand. And so in this talk, we're going to kind of address, how is it that you go about solidifying your backhand so that you can be a winning tennis player. The other quote is from Andy Roddick, and what makes that timely is that Netflix is going to be airing this documentary coming up January 13th that it premieres, called Breakpoint Part 1. And it's a documentary about the Pro Tours. And I've already seen a little sneak peek of it. And Andy Roddick is prominently featured, sort of analyzing the game and talking about his own career and whatnot. And so one of the great quotes that he had as he was starting to come to the net more late in his career is that coming to the net against Nadal is like running headlong into freeway traffic. And I
Yeah.
think everybody can relate to that feeling of you're going into the net as quickly as you can, and then the ball is also coming at you fast. And those are two really major problems that need to be dealt with in order for you to become a really good player. You've got to have a good backhand, and it's going to make life a lot easier if you're able to come to the net comfortably, competently. And probably you'll need a good return of serve and a good overhead. And these are some things that sometimes people don't practice enough. They don't know how to practice. They don't know how to gain confidence in something that they didn't previously have confidence